is against this right. I afraid this system was come up with by rich men in ancient age because they might want to gratify their desires. In my opinion, in my opinion, it's just egoism. Egoism. It's kind of notion to the promiscuous, but concurrently, it might be kind of sense of worth. In the animal world, there are some instances, and that are more simple compared to human one. For example, generally male mantises, are beaten to death by female one at once after coupling. Therefore, they
what kind of animal?
mantis.
Mantis.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Mantis.
Yes. Mantis. Yes. Mantis beaten to death by female one at one after coupling. Therefore, males definitely can't seek another females. Actually, and in a manner, it's simple matter. Human world is more complication. We have life after the coupling. There might be some reason for that, maybe. Normally, even men have to fend for their family. Sometimes bring up the child also for a long time. But actually, male humans have a lot of chance to appear. It's true, and maybe more attractive. There are more frequent they have chance, and I guess in terms of the factor, the attractive of enchantment, humans are difficult than other creatures. In the animal world, a little more stronger physically. Males are more attractive to female there. But in human society, there are a lot of factors: intelligence, eloquent, money, mental strength, or good looking, etc. As well as physical strength. It's true, rich men have a lot of chance to seek another partner because they can leave their task to others by money. If it's possible, it may be allowed to. After all, which polygamy is right or not is a matter of preferences. In my case, all in all, I hate it. That's about it. Thank you.
Any questions about it? Any comments about it?
So, first of all, I'd like to comment on the speech as a whole, and move on to the contemplator. I think, first of all, you did a very good job. It's obviously a very good text. You did a lot of good research on science that I really liked. However, I feel that this is mainly you mainly read a very good text, and this is a bit different from what entails a good speech. On the other hand, you did tell me that you didn't have too much time to practice. So with that in mind, I think you did very, very well. There was some very advanced vocabulary, as well as some academic and quite advanced grammar in there as well. So it was I was really positively surprised by.
Thank you.
So yeah, Ueda-san, do you have...
Somehow you're making progress. It's clearer. I mean, it's clear to understand, but it was to be honest, it's hard. It was difficult to understand your speech, but this time is really clear. And as Emmanuel says, you come up with really good vocabularies like promiscuity, polygamy, and all things. You're proving that you're really making the real good progress.
Thank you.
By practice, but this is a speech,
Yes.
so you don't want to read what you prepare. I think it's better if you come up with more spontaneous styles without taking a look at it. By the contents of the speech, and you come up with the examples of the animals or the mantis, but I think the closest to human beings is that in the world of monkey, it's really common that they have the promiscuity, not really promiscuity, but polygamy. I mean,
in some sort of way, because polygamy has different meanings depending on who you ask. Mormons or many Muslim countries, for example, polygamy means that one husband can have many wives. But the same is not true for women. On the other hand, you have in some countries or cultures, polygamy simply means an alternative to monogamy. If you get married to someone, you don't have to, and you're not expected to stay with that person throughout his or her entire life. And the same goes for men and women. So that one person can be free to pursue many other people at the same time. So in that sense, for example, bonobo monkeys are a famous example because they are quite the opposite of monogamous. They settle fights by sex and so on.
right.
Even between the same sex, it's actually quite interesting. So bonobo monkeys are obviously more liberal towards their feelings for other individuals and so on. They have sex as a way of communication, and if you have that sort of position with regards to sex, then it's quite hard to be monogamous. So.
I'm not coming up with the comments disagreeing or agreeing with your point of view, but what do you think about the comments that made? The world of monkeys, as we come up with, is that it conforms to the biological instincts to extract and make the superior DNA going on in the generations. So the toughest, the strongest monkey, male monkeys, come to the positions of the boss of the groups, and the other males are ousted, or even they are killed because they want to come up with the best DNA, the strongest DNA, to preserve their descendants. Let's save him. Do you understand some more points? So I think it is really natural. I think that it conforms to the biological instincts. The polygamy, but it's only for the males. There's no ways. If there's a polygamy for the women or female, is not recognized as a natural consequence because it doesn't necessarily leads to the preservation of the good DNA. It's only the promiscuity to admit women into it. What do you think about that kind of point of views?
On the other hand, what polygamy does mean in evolutionary terms is that you have a larger gene pool. So that you have so the more parents you have, if everyone lies with each other and has a lot of children, then there's a lot of genes from which nature can select from towards the new generation.